Hello.
Daddy.
How's it going? Y'all, welcome. Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon if you're team replay. But if you are here joining us live, hello. We are so happy that you are here. Y'all, it is time for our mid-year refresh. Oh my goodness. Sierra, I think our last mid-year refresh was actually in 2024.
Do we not do one last year?
We didn't do one last year. So I was really excited when I saw this back on
Oh,
this year. Yes. So
that's right. I created the workbok because I was moving. Yep. Okay.
yep,
Wow.
yep,
Well,
yep.
I'm excited to be here with everybody. We had just a little bit of a tech hiccup right before we
Yes.
went live. So we're going to have people coming from the other live that we had to end. And so people are going to slowly start trickling in.
Something happening. It's literally as soon as you said that, like 10 more friends joined.
Oh, right. Yeah, there we go. Hi, guys. Sorry about that.
Yes. We are so happy that y'all are here. I hope y'all are in for a very special treat, y'all. I saw a little bit of what Sierra has in store for us tonight, and I was just like, this feels amazing and so on time. Because, y'all, it is literally July 1st tomorrow. It might be July 1st for some of y'all already. And we are literally in the middle of the year. And I don't know about you, but sometimes we can lose that energy that we have in January and we feel a little bit sluggish and all the things. And we just needed to hit the reset button. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing tonight. Let us know, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? What's your setup like? If you got your favorite drink, favorite blanket, all the things, let us know. And I'm super excited.
Oh, okay. You cut out for just a second. Oh boy, tech is not our friend tonight, you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, bear with us tonight, y'all.
Yeah, bear with us. Here's the thing: we've been doing this for almost 7 years, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And we, thankfully, knock on wood, have not had a whole lot of tech issues. Well, if stuff happens tonight, we'll let you guys know how to find us. Thank you to everybody who came over from the other live. I see you all starting to pour in. Sorry about that. You guys, I'm really excited to talk about tonight. When I sat down to think about what we were going to talk about, because every year I don't like regurgitating the same information to you guys every year. It's really important to me that we give you tools and perspective and support in ways that really address what I feel that I see happening in our community or the world at large. And I know that so many of us are so tired. We want a break. We want fun. We want joy. We want to feel alive. And so that was really where I came from as the foundation for everything that we're going to talk about tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. Somebody did ask how long this is going to run. My hope is that it will be about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. I'm usually pretty good on time. We do have a lot of slides, but we're going to go through stuff really fast. And I have a special freebie download for you guys. I wanted you to have something that you can take away from tonight. So I'm going to give you the information on how to get that at the end here. And it's a couple pages, super easy. It's not a lot of work. I did not want you to feel overwhelmed with the time that you spent here with us tonight. So why don't you guys tell us in the comments where you are checking in from, where you're watching from, and let us know how you're doing. How are you feeling? It's the middle of the year, which is wild. How are you feeling compared to how you felt at the beginning of the year? Are you feeling on top of the world? Are you inching along somewhere in between?
Darian, I'm like, you said feeling on top of the world. I feel like the world is on top of me.
It's so real.
Yeah. But also just feeling good, feeling good. So really just looking forward to figuring that out tonight. That's why we are here.
Yes. You know what? I see some people still coming over from the other channel live. If anyone is still over there, if you guys wouldn't mind letting people know in the comments to come over here, because we had to restart a whole new live. We'd totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. What's up, Sacramento? I love it. Yay. Texas, South Carolina, Phoenix. And you're a 9. I love that, Mike.
Yes.
Okay. I'm feeling really, I'm feeling really grounded for the second half of the year. I feel like the first half of the year was kind of like, wow, I had to push a massive pause on everything. And it really helped guide the direction and kind of my somewhat obsession of tonight's topic. So I feel like everything that I am going to talk to you guys about over this hour is something that I have lived through over the last year or so, like heavy. And then, of course, I have to dive into the psychology and this sociology of everything. I'm excited to bring this content to you tonight because I think it's really going to help. Obviously, every time we sit down and talk about the mid-year refresh, we talk about goals. And I'm going to tell you, we're not going to talk about goals tonight. Not really. Kind of. Not goals the way that we talk about goals. Not goals the way you probably think of goals. They are. It's just we're going to shift the way that they look and what the ultimate outcome is of what we're looking to get from them in a totally different way. So let's jump in because we've got a lot to cover tonight. Mid-year refresh. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about how to come back to yourself and feel alive again. I would love to take just a really quick pulse on everybody who's here live. And if you're on Team Replay, welcome to. We love y'all too. I know you can't always be here live. Let us know on a scale of 1 to 10, how alive do you feel in your day-to-day? How alive? That would look like having vitality to show up for anything that comes your way, feeling joy and even some of the hard feelings too, right? Like the whole gamut of emotions. Scale of 1 to 10.
I would say I'm a solid 7.
7? Okay, these numbers don't surprise me at all. Okay, you guys are in the perfect place. Yay, I'm so glad. Yeah, I would say I'm probably at a solid 7 as well. But if you asked me at the beginning of this year, I would have told you a 1, like a 1. Yeah. And this isn't about me, so I'm not going to go into my story. I will sprinkle in some wisdom throughout tonight's talk, but I want to jump into tonight because all of your guys' numbers do not surprise me whatsoever. And I'm really glad because this is very timely for what we're going to be talking about tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about why many of us have been feeling flat and why it's not your fault. You're actually kicking ass in all the things, with all things considered, with everything that's going on. We're going to talk about that. We're going to figure out where you are right now. We're going to go through like a self-assessment in the middle of tonight's talk that will hopefully give you some idea of where you are in this scale of kind of flatness. And then I'm going to give you some 5 small ways to get back to feeling alive. Now, it sounds very simple, and ultimately it is, but the context and the orientation that we have around the information I'm going to give to you tonight is different than anything we've ever talked about. And I'm going to ask you to have an open mind to think about and kind of reprioritize things in your mind that you may have in the past or may just subconsciously start to discredit or devalue because it's not big, it's not fancy, it doesn't look good. Like it's not something you can post on social media. It's small little things, but I'm going to give it to you in ways that actually really make a really big difference. We have a lot of new people. I know some of you know who we are. Most of you know who we are. In case you don't, Darian's going to give us an introduction.
Yes. So in case you don't know who we are, I am joined tonight by our Mäksë Life founder and certified life coach and business coach, Sierra Friend. Sierra literally has over 20 years of experiences of helping people literally achieve their goals. Y'all, she's a speaker, facilitator, and she's the coach of what I think is the best online community program out there, Club Mäksë. If you in Club Mäksë, can you just go ahead and like let me know if you up in the house here tonight? Let me know. But yeah, and then I'm Darian, our digital media director, and I'm in charge of our digital collection and also just help with a lot of our digital planning and productivity systems and all the things. So yes, I hope if you're new, also let us know. I want to say hello. If this is your first Mäksë Life live mid-year annual goal setting series, like if this is your first experience with us, let us know so we can give you a big warm welcome.
Yes. All right. Before we jump in, I have a question for you all, and I want you to sit with this before you answer. When was the last time that you felt something fully in your body? So not something you had to manage. So sometimes that happens when we're triggered or we have negative feelings. Not something that you performed for someone who was watching, and nothing that you posted about, but something you actually felt in your body, like full body experience. Just, you don't have to put it in the comments. I just want you to think about it. And I know for me, when I was asked this question, it was really hard for me to answer it. I had to think about it. And that was really shocking to me because I thought, man, I feel things like I'm present. I feel like I'm alive in my world. But the reality was I couldn't answer that. I'm going to take it a little step further. When was the last time you actually felt really excited about setting goals or dreaming or coming up with a plan for the future? What about you, Darian?
I was like, is she gonna ask me? She's gonna ask me.
You know I am.
I honestly, I do not know. Like, probably, I don't know, maybe within the last couple years, maybe. It's been like, yeah, I don't know when's the last time I was really, really excited to like set goals.
Yeah. And so obviously we work with people with their goal setting, and we're in the process too. I've been writing and setting goals for, oh my gosh, for most of my adult life, but really hardcore regularly on a weekly basis for at least 20 years. And I've really started to feel how I felt when I first started setting goals, where I was feeling really, they felt more like shoulds, or I had to manufacture the feeling or excitement or inspiration to like put it on paper and then work towards it and have some kind of excitement towards it. And that was really shocking to me, considering that this is such a big part of my life. It literally, growth is my number 2 personal value. And so it was really shocking for me to think like, man, I'm not even liking the one thing that I really enjoy doing, the one thing that gives me some context around my future. You know?
Okay, like Sierra, like just to hear you say that, I don't know about y'all, but hearing Sierra say that kind of just gives me a little bit of an exhale. Like, wow, you too. Like,
Yeah.
I think honestly, I would have again never thought that that's something that you would struggle with, because I'm like, you're like the goal guru, right?
No.
And so it's just like
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it was such a weird thing for me. And like, I know I can cognitively understand why, and I journal about it. I reflect on it all the time. But what I'm going to share with you guys tonight was something that I learned, and it put a lot of context around how I've been feeling, but I also now understand that a very large portion of our population, our society, is actually feeling this as well. And judging by your guys' numbers, when we asked you how you're feeling about things, those numbers don't surprise me either. And then seeing your guys' responses, obviously, same. So I think tonight's topic is going to be really good. So like Darian said in the beginning, January has that like fresh start energy. We get all excited. We can't wait to do those goals. It's very easy to manufacture excitement at the beginning of the year because it's everywhere, right? It's literally in our culture. It's baked in advertising, it's baked in content. We're here reminding you. It's when planners start over. It's, it's what begins after, the end of the year when we have vacations and we come back refreshed. But Midyear doesn't have that. And one of the things that we notice in working with people, especially inside of Club Mäksë and after doing goals with people for so many years through Mäksë Life, is that this time of the year is a whole different ballgame, right? Like, we've got new school schedules or not. Kids are home for the summer. Our life tends to change. Most people go on vacations or trips. We're juggling more balls, although we're supposed to be relaxing more sometimes, but life kind of tends to get a little bit crazy. And so what I want to talk about tonight is that this is more of the same with the added bonus. Like Midyear is more of the same with the added bonus that we've already been like trying all year. And so like motivation tends to be really low. But I believe that what we're feeling right now is something that's a lot bigger than just a slump. And I think it's something that's been compounding for many years. I'm not going to talk about this too much because we've talked about this. Nobody wants to hear or talk about this anymore, right? But we've been white knuckling our way through something, anything, a new thing since 2020, and some people even earlier than that, right? And it's not really gotten to a place of resolution or completion. It's just kind of compounding. And instead of like getting a new normal and feeling like we get our feet underneath us, we're just expected to adjust. And humans are phenomenal at adjusting and being resilient with whatever comes their way. But here's the thing, there's been no recovery period for us at all. We just keep going. And so everything that we were dealing with pre-2020, the pandemic hits, we were expected to do all the things, nothing really, like, sure, we got to be, work from home for many of us. And certain aspects of our lives slowed down. But even in the things that did slow down, that can be really disorienting as well, because maybe it's our routines, maybe it's our communities that we're not used to seeing, that we don't get, or that we're used to seeing that we don't get to see anymore, or the kids going to school. It's just all of a sudden, all of these things got loaded onto our plate, and we just had to keep going. It has a massive effect on us. And I know that there are going to be crazy studies that come out over how the pandemic and everything that has happened since then has affected humans, especially those of us in the United States, but how our nervous systems have been affected. And tonight, that's what I want to talk about with you guys. So some of you may have seen an article, I think it was the New York Times, maybe Forbes, that had sent out an article in 2021, and it was like that languishing lack of emotion feeling that you're feeling has a name, and it's called Anhedonia. And I remember at the time reading it and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm totally feeling that. And I did get a little bit of reprieve in like 2021, 2022, but then it came crushing back over the last couple years. And I revisited this concept because I wanted to learn more about it, because I at the time was thinking, this is affecting me right now. And what it is how our nervous system handles chronic stress, trauma, uncertainty, overwhelm. This also can look like burnout. Some of you may be thinking, man, I'm just tired, I'm really burned out. A lot of times it's anhedonia that you're feeling. So I'm going to walk through what that is and have you guys kind of take a little assessment to figure out if this is affecting you, if so, like where you fall on that scale, and then help you come up with some ways that you can get your way out. But anhedonia is the dulling of our ability to feel pleasure, interest, or aliveness, even in things that used to generally move us or evoke emotion. So one of the things that I hear often inside of our community is people saying, man, I used to love, mountain biking. I used to love doing my arts and crafts. I used to love playing with my kids. I used to love spending time with my friends or my family. And now none of that brings me any joy. That there's something bigger. And sometimes people think, oh, well, maybe I'm depressed. Maybe I'm burned out. Maybe I'm just tired. But it actually could potentially be anhedonia that you're dealing with. And it is a very, very real thing. And it's the way our nervous system responds and copes with whatever's going on in the world. The one thing that I've learned through the work that I've done, and I think this is really important because I know before I really dove into personal development and what this looks like for us and our ability to dream and set goals and have standards that move our life in a direction that really honor who we are and what it is that we desire in life. I always thought it was happiness that we were going after. And the reality is as human beings, it's actually not happiness that we're looking for, it's safety. And our bodies are literally wired to threat assess and figure out, are we okay in this situation? That's where the critic comes in. There's all kinds of stuff. Go back 6 years of content that we've talked about. I can literally boil it down to one thing. If we do not feel safe in our bodies, our minds, our hearts, in the world, at our jobs, in our relationships, with ourselves, because we are abandoning ourselves or we don't trust ourselves to make the right decisions or decisions that honor us, our body will respond, our nervous system will respond in a way that shuts things down. So when we've been asked to manage stress, uncertainty, overstimulation for long enough without real recovery, our nervous system makes a trade. It turns down the volume on everything. So all emotions go down because we can't deal with that red zone anymore. So our nervous system says, okay, we're shutting down. We're not going to go there. But the problem is while it numbs the hard feelings, it also numbs the good ones too. So it tampers everything. Because numb is safer than the alternative. And our nervous system knows, well, we can't feel devastated if I don't feel much of anything. And we get really good at functioning through this. Okay. Now, the cost of this trade is real and it does work. Like I said, many of us are functioning really well despite everything that's been going on for the last 6-7 years. But it's sneaky and it's almost like we are frogs in a pot being boiled slowly, because on the surface, it looks like we're functioning. It looks like we're coping. It looks like, maybe we're holding the job, the family, the calendar. But there's something that starts to erode. And it's what goes quiet for us is our joy and our enjoyment and our hope for a better future and looking forward to what is to come, because our bodies literally just start to shut down. It's not that we don't care. It's not that we don't want to. It's that we literally cannot. On a biological level, we are unable to do that. So again, this is why I said I didn't want to come here tonight and talk to you guys about goals. I want to come here tonight and hopefully give you language for a feeling that you've been feeling. Maybe you've heard about this, but maybe the context and how it applies to your life hasn't been made. And I want to normalize how really big this is right now, because I have some stats to share with you guys, and it's pretty crazy. Our goal tonight, everything I just said. And then at the end of this, we're going to give you 5 steps on how you can feel yourself again after you assess where you're at and where you stand. Now, this stat is crazy. So I spent probably a day doing a bunch of research on anhedonia and what's the difference between depression, anxiety, anhedonia, apathy, you name it. I went down the rabbit hole. And then I was curious, well, what percentage of people actually experience this? Is this a mental health disorder? Is this something that can be treated? If so, how? Is it behavior? Is it medication? Is it lifestyle change? What is it? Diet, sleep, exercise? I was learning about everything. And then I got really curious about, well, what percentage of people do we think are actually experiencing this right now versus 20 years ago or at the beginning of, the 2000s. And the stats were staggering. Now, there are no specific studies that have been done on this, so take this with a grain of salt, but I can confidently say with the information that I came up with that it was estimated to be about 5 to 10% of the population, male, female, everybody in between, 5 to 10% in the beginning of the 2000s, like 2005. Then in 2020, that jumped up to about 15 to 20%. And has slowly been raising significantly ever since then, to an estimate that up to 70% of women are experiencing some level of anhedonia right now because they are literally fried, burned out, and have done their freaking best. You guys, all of us have done our best to keep going and functioning and coping. And we label it as, I'm just tired. I'm just worn out. I need a break. But here's the thing, that nap, that good night's sleep, that vacation doesn't help. It doesn't help. And if you have felt any of that, then tonight, I hope I'm able to give you just a little bit of oxygen. And I have to say this, it's really important that you guys know this isn't a quick fix. Just like it wasn't quick that got us here. It was a slow erosion of our nervous system. It's going to be a slow rebuild of giving back our nervous system a sense of safety that allows us to move forward.
Yeah. Whew, that 70% is killing me. Like, wow.
And honestly, like we're not going through and polling people. There's no studies. So, I mean, honestly, take it or leave it, give or take 5-10% on either in either direction, but it's this too much. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And if any person who was trying to decide if something was successful and it had a 70% failure rate, people would be jumping ship so quick. But we can't jump ship from life. But something's got to give, right? Something's got to give. And I don't want to tell you guys to do more. I'm not telling you. In fact, I hope you do less. I hope that, and this isn't tonight's discussion, but that this is the planting of a seed of honoring yourself and your needs in ways that maybe you haven't made space for before, and giving you some tools that at least kind of help you start this process. But I want to ask you to do different. So I'm not asking you to do more, but I'm just going to ask you to pause and shift your perspective before you engage with your life. And it's easy. Sorry, it's simple. It's not easy. So I want you guys, we're going to go back. I want all of you to either get a pen and paper, if you're on your computer, track your answers. I'm going to have 10 questions, and I want you all to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not at all or never, and 5 being all the time, and then anything in between. So it's a scale of 1 to 5. Darian, go ahead and take, you don't have to share your answers with us if you don't want to.
Okay.
You can, I'll let you have your privacy.
It's okay.
Okay. So get ready to answer some questions. And this is how we're going to determine where you stand on the scale of anhedonia and flatness. Okay. Number 1, I find myself going through the motions of my day without feeling much about any of it. 1, rarely and never. 5, always. I find myself going through the motions of my day without feeling much about any of it. All right. Number 2, things I used to enjoy, hobbies, people, experiences, feel flat now, feel flat or uninteresting right now. Things I used to enjoy, hobbies, people, experiences, feel flat or uninteresting right now. And then I'm going to have you guys add these all up at the end for a rating. Number 3, I feel tired in a way that rest doesn't seem to fix. I feel tired in a way that rest doesn't seem to fix. I forget what number this is. I have a hard time feeling genuinely excited or looking forward to things. I have a hard time feeling genuinely excited or looking forward to things. I feel like I'm watching my life from a slight distance rather than fully living inside of it. I feel like I'm watching my life from a slight distance rather than fully inside of it. I've been more withdrawn than usual from people, obligations, or things I used to engage with. I've been more withdrawn than usual from people, obligations, or things I used to engage with. Excuse me. Small things that used to feel meaningful, a good meal, a beautiful day, a conversation, don't land the way they used to. Small things that used to feel meaningful, a good meal, a beautiful day, a conversation, don't land the way they used to. I feel like I'm functioning, but I wouldn't say I feel alive. I feel like I'm functioning, but I wouldn't say I feel alive. I think this is the last one. I've had moments of wondering if I'll ever feel like myself again. I've had moments of wondering if I'll ever feel like myself again. By the way, you guys, the download that I'm going to give you at the end of this has all of these in it, so you don't need to write these down if you want to save them. Okay. Is this the last one? I can't see is it? I think it is. Okay. When I imagine the future, it feels more blank than it used to. It's hard to picture things I'm genuinely excited about. When I imagine the future, it feels more blank than it used to. It's hard to picture things I'm genuinely excited about. Oop. All right. I'm curious. I'll leave this last one up on the screen. I'm curious if any of these, I saw some of you say, yikes, oi.
I know. When you were done, I was just silent because I was like, ooh, I feel like I'm about to take a test a little bit. So I'm like, number. No, I think that question about being more tired and like sleeping and resting just not hitting like it used to, that was the question that like really stood out to me of like, it's something that's like a physical thing. So they all
that doesn't fix.
Yeah. Yes. So
also, I want to say something, you guys. What you're rating your answers to on these questions, I want you to know that the information I'm about to give you, as far as like the scale, like they're just numbers. It's just information. Please do not be hard on yourselves. Okay. This is not a time to judge yourself, to feel like you have failed. You have done nothing wrong. Okay. The world is crazy. The world is crazy, and you're doing your very best to move your way through it. So no judgment. All right, let's go ahead and add these up. If you're 0 to 10, you're doing great. You're not even on the scale. Like, take this information and share it with someone in your life. If 7 out of 10 people are likely feeling this, I guarantee you know and love someone who likely has this. But 10 to 22, you're tender but not flat. So you're moving through some real friction, but your aliveness is still online. This is a season to protect and not panic about. So you want to be really careful about protecting your energy. The world probably is not going to get any easier. You want to keep that, hold that as much as you can, and continue to nourish your body so that you don't continue to move forward. 23 to 35, you're in the static. You're functioning really well, probably, but the signal's gotten quiet. This is the most common place in the room tonight, and it's the most reversible. So this is really easy to change back. 36 to 50, shut down as survival. Your nervous system has done exactly what it was built to do, to keep you safe by turning the volume down on everything, not just the hard stuff. And it's evidence you've been carrying much more than one person should. So I see everybody sharing their numbers. Big hugs. I want to tell you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say big hugs. Like, like we are here tonight, and this might be hitting us more deeply than we expected. But I just want to, again, give yourself some grace and know, like, just remind yourself, like, you're worthy. You're worthy of this. You're worthy of this work. You're worthy of all of this. So I know my number for me, I was higher than what I thought. And so mine was like 29, and, I'm right there in the middle. And remember, these numbers are just information. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I was in shutdown as survival. I just wrote an essay about it on my Substack about what this last 6 months have been like for me, and everything. It was like everything happened at once. And it was like, what is that on a car, race cars, the governors, where it only lets you go so fast? I felt like that was my body, my mind, my heart, my spirit, my soul, like all of it was just like, no, girl, no, you can't push through it anymore. And I was really good at it. And I took my body, and I took my mind, and I took my heart, and I took my spirit for granted. Because it was really good at pushing through until it wasn't. And I want to say this, it can be really hard sometimes coming to terms with, oh my gosh, I'm looking at this information and I have a different relationship with it than I do when I'm just moving through my day, or I'm distracted, or I'm numb. But here's where change happens for the better. This to me, this is where I get excited. This is where I get hopeful, because I'm like, oh, I have new information now. I have a map. I actually know what I'm dealing with, so I can do something about it. Otherwise, it lives in the shadows and it runs our life subconsciously. It wreaks havoc in ways that we don't intend for it because we're not managing it. Yeah. So let's talk about the 5 ways back. Okay. Now, I said I wasn't going to talk about goals, but use your planners. This isn't a don't use your use your planners, guys. I just want your relationship to goals to be a little bit different. I want you to start thinking, if you were honestly in any of these and you're like, I just need to protect my energy. I don't want to get into burnout, or I want to get out of burnout. I want to feel alive again. I want to enjoy the little things in my life. I don't want to look back 10 years from now and have my greatest regrets be that I didn't feel like I was present in my life because things were just so crazy and I didn't know how to find my way through. So what we're going to go for, and this is that perspective shift I want to invite you guys all to take, is instead of goals, I want you to think about what we're going to do and talk about tonight. Maybe what you write in your planners to do every month or every week are corrective experiences. And I want you to think of these as 30-second love letters to your future self. Okay. And like, that's it. Yes. So we can't perform our way out of this. This isn't, I'm not going to give you a to-do list. I'm not going to tell you like, go to the gym, eat better, sleep better, do the self-care, go get that massage, take 2 hours, alone time by yourself, get help, all that other nonsense that, is littered in the self-help world. What I want you to think about now is your planner, your Mäksë life, your journal, your day-to-day, whatever planner you're in, however you're planning your day or reflecting back on your day or your week. I want you to think, I'm going to commit myself to corrective experiences, 30 seconds at a time. That's it. So doing anything with white knuckling or gritted teeth is only going to repel us away from what it is that we're really looking for, because our nervous system wants to feel safety. It wants to know we're safe. It needs proof that we're safe, not that we're trying. A for effort doesn't work here. Our nervous system is way too smart. It is wired in ways that we can't quickly access. We've got to game the system a little bit, and it took us a long time to get here. It's going to take hundreds of small actions to get us out of it. So again, safety, changing this is not going to be one big grand gesture. It's not one big goal. It's not that one big thing. It's not going to be retreating. I'm queen of retreating. I love my isolation until it just doesn't work for me anymore. And I realize, man, me taking my alone time, me retreating, me doing the rest, me taking the vacations, me doing the goals, all of that stuff isn't moving the needle on this. Why am I not feeling any better? And I had to, for the first time in my life, listen to my body and actually partner with my nervous system, partner with myself in a way that I hadn't before. And it sounds so simple, and it really is, you guys, but it works. It genuinely works. All the stuff I'm going to talk about. So what we're doing is we're creating little micro moments in our day-to-day that feel safe to our nervous system, so that it relearns the same way that it forgot in small repeated doses. So the world's still going to be crazy. We're still going to be getting that negative, stressful, overwhelm, triggering nonsense that's coming our way. Our nervous system's going to react, but this is an opportunity for us to counteract it and to start exercising a muscle in a way that, by the way, when you say, I want to increase my self-love, my confidence, my inspiration, motivation in life, this is how you do it. This is a secret sauce. It's not the massages. It's not the gratitude journal at the end of the day. It's stopping and pausing and reorienting yourself in your life in a way that honors you and your nervous system in a way that allows you to live your best life. Yeah. I did not create Mäksë Life to help you guys achieve your goals. I created Mäksë Life so that you guys could live a life that makes you feel alive, whatever that looks like. And alive is going to look different for everybody.
That's so good. It's so good. I just love this so much.
So again, this is going to look like hundreds of tiny corrections versus one big breakthrough, but they're doable. So number one is 5 ways back. I want you guys to stop chasing happiness or joy. Chase neutral. Okay, this is going to sound so like, wait, this is weird. We've been taught to aim for joy, and when we don't hit it, we feel like we've failed. Aim lower the bar. And again, I'm sharing every single one of these steps I'm giving you guys. I have been living and embodying every single day, tracking it, seeing what works, what doesn't work. It's going to be different for me than it is for you. But I have studied this. I have embodied this. I have lived this. And I will tell you, this works. And it feels really uncomfortable. And it actually, my experience, pissed me off, actually, in a lot of ways. I had a lot of anger, frustration, and irritation that, like, why am I even having to deal with this? I don't want to deal with this on top of everything else. But I had to relearn that, no, wait, I'm the most important person to take care of, because if I don't take care of me and this is not okay and I don't feel my best, I can't give my best to my husband, to my children, to my community, to my team. I can't do my best work if I'm not taking care of the vessel that is doing the work that's supposed to be happening. So what you're going to look for is, this is the perspective shift. You're going to look for neutral. You're going to look of moments of just okay. So 30 seconds. And this is, you can weave these together, by the way. Some of these, they're going to kind of overlap. So think of sun on your face, cold water on your face, your feet in the grass. Just 30 seconds, you guys. That's it. I know. And you might be like pissed off while you do it. There's been times where I'm like, I don't want to put my face in the sun. And then I'm like, you've got to go put your face in the sun. This is how you do it. I'm like, I'll argue with myself. I don't want to put my face in the sun for 30 seconds. And then I do, and I'm always happier at the end. But think of like your favorite song coming on. Make a playlist of music that makes you move, that brings back some of your favorite memories or reminds you of emotions that are hard to feel in your day-to-day. Music is an amazing conduit. Watch a comedy show, something that makes you laugh. Hang out with your friend who has no problem laughing all the time. Tell them you're in a funky mood and you just want to be around their joy. So the point here is small wins. It's like repair work, but you need to get into your senses daily. Not your thoughts. Okay, you guys, you need to get into your senses. You actually somatically, how you're showing up in your day. Which leads me to number 2, engage your senses on purpose. So these are going to overlap. So the first one is 30 seconds, aim low, don't look for happiness, don't look for goal achievement, don't try and, organize the closet. Like instead of organizing your closet, have a goal. By the way, I hate this word now, like goal, because there's such a negative connotation with it. Go step into your closet and find your favorite piece of clothing that actually makes you feel good, or you feel good when you wear it, or it makes you happy and puts a smile on your face, and put that at the front of your closet and find a time that you can put it on. Put it on to go watch your favorite show or have dinner with yourself. If you don't even want to leave the house, that's what I'm talking about. The difference between organize my closet, get my life together, or I'm going to choose that one thing that puts a smile on my face. Buy yourself flowers. Hell, pick yourself flowers. Go find flowers out in nature and pick them. Don't even spend any money. It's shifting the big to small things. And then in that, you pause and you reorient yourself around that task. So here's some examples. So senses, sight, touch. Wow. Sight, touch, taste,
smell,
hearing.
Yeah.
Whatever. You guys hear it. your
Ears, nose, mouth.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Cold water in your face, a warm bath, fresh air, good food savored. Darian, I always think of you. You guys, she's the best person to eat a meal with. Like she savors everything. Like she reminds me to pause and just be in the moment. A hug that lasts more than 2 seconds. We have a rule in our house, 8-second hugs, because my husband read some study that was like 8 seconds, an 8-second hug changes your, I don't know, like your neurochemistry. Like it's long enough to like actually adjust your neurochemistry. So he started in the beginning. He's like, I'm hugging you for 8 seconds. And we would count out loud. Now it just has become muscle memory and we just do it. But
I love that. I'm adding that to my house rules.
Petting an animal. So sensation is the fastest route back to your body. I'll tell you some of the stuff I've done. Qigong, which is very small movements, you guys. Like I found a TikTok. It takes me 5 minutes to do every day. Honestly, just stand up right before bed, all the lights off, go somewhere where no one can see you, and just move your body, eyes closed, in a way that feels good. No effort other. Did I lose you?
I think you're back. Okay, you're back.
Can you guys see me still?
Yep, we can see you.
Oh no.
Wait, can you hear us? We can see you and we can hear you.
Okay, good. I was like, oh no.
That's okay. I was just giving it a few seconds, but you're back.
I had the wheel of death showing up on both of our screen, on our avatars, and I was like, no.
No, you're back. You're back. And our community is wonderful and letting us know you are also back on their end. So
thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Good old Costa Rica internet. Okay, so sensation is the quickest way back. If any of you have struggled with anxiety, I have my whole life. One of the quickest ways to get out of an anxiety attack, or if you feel yourself starting to go to the red zone, is noticing your senses, like 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, and going through that. And it gets us out of our head. So this is, you don't have to believe that it's going to work, you guys. You just have to do it. Okay. Number 3, do something with no productive outcome and let it be bad. Just do something for the sake of doing it. Dance badly, draw badly, sing in the car, embarrassingly. The goal isn't mastering the skill. The goal is to play, and play by definition has no destination. So this is, how I have done this is whimsy. I just keep looking for anything that just would, my inner child would absolutely lose it over. Cute animals, flowers, gardens, rainbows, fun colors, like whatever it is, I'm absorbing it, I'm consuming it. If it's a book, if it's a show, if it's social media, I'm just in it. And if it doesn't make me smile, it's not whimsical enough. And that is my criteria. And that's it. I don't need to do anything with it. I don't need to talk about it. Sometimes I'll repost it on my social media to share with all of you if I like it. But the goal is just to be in your joy and whimsy, or creating without any kind of a goal. So your nervous system needs evidence that everything you do your nervous system needs evidence that not everything you do has to produce something. So sometimes just creating for the sake of creation, instead of consuming, is another really quick way back to ourselves.
Yeah, that's my favorite one, y'all.
Yeah, create versus consume.
Yeah.
This one I love. This has been really, really powerful. So run a joy audit at the end of each day. All right, you guys, this is not gratitude journaling. This isn't gratitude journaling. This is totally different. And I'm going to give you a PDF at the end of this that you can use for all of this stuff we've talked about tonight. At the end of the day, you can write it down. You can think it before. Just put it in your routine, in your rhythm, your daily rhythm somehow. I highly recommend writing it down because it'll hold you accountable to actually doing it. But all you're going for isn't to track what went well or a win or that's great. Something that you can say at the end of the day, just one thing. If you want to do more, that's great. But just one thing that felt 2% better. That's it. We're not looking to overhaul our lives. And I know all of this sounds really silly and it sounds really small, but you guys, it is absolutely important and imperative that we do this if we're going to start to feel more alive in our bodies and in our lives again. And this stuff works. This is backed by psychology. There's been studies on this. By the way, I saw a conversation in the comments earlier about the difference between depression and anhedonia. They can coexist. They are not the same. You can have anhedonia without depression. You can have depression without anhedonia. And oftentimes they are comorbid together. So they can be totally different treatments, however, can be caused by the same thing. So yes, they can be there together. So again, at the end of the day, you're just going to write one thing that was just 2% better. What this is going to do is it's going to train your mind to go through and move throughout your day, to look for small moments, look for those 30-second moments that you can reorient yourself to your life that feels good. You're going to be looking for ways that you can just make something 2% better. And it just creates this little shift in the way that we relate to our world. We're going to be focusing on our senses. We're going to be thinking through stuff just for the purpose of feeling alive versus trying to accomplish something or to cross something off our list or to perform for someone. It's a very sacred process. It will bring up emotions. As simple as all of these things are, it will bring up emotions. You'll feel everything from grief, anger, sadness, frustration, irritation. And then slowly, as you move through those things, then joy, happiness, excitement, hope, all of those things start to come through. But we have to make room for the parts that don't feel good too. And this is how we do it in safe doses that our nervous system can handle while we're dealing with everything else. Okay. And this is the last one. Lower the bar on connection. I have heard from a lot of you saying that since the pandemic, you've become either more introverted or you don't enjoy spending time with people as much. Being social is so exhausting. You don't want to go out and do things more. You've become more housebound than you ever were. And while you may love it, it can be part of the reason why anhedonia is present, because we are social creatures. And loneliness is a very, very big aspect of anhedonia. And it's very easy to say, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm burned out. I just don't have energy for that. Because what we think is me living in my life means plans, dinners, socializing, things that require a lot of effort. So lower the bar in connection. Text someone, just thinking of you. No follow-up. You don't need to make plans. Just thinking of you, love you. Hope you're doing well. Send a meme. I don't know, anything. Send a snail mail letter. Sit near someone that you love without needing to perform in conversation. Sometimes body doubling. I love being in parallel with people while we're doing our own introverted, like you're reading, I'm reading, right? Like you're doing your hobby craft, I'm doing mine. Like, and sometimes we talk. Like that's my favorite. If you again, I said it earlier, if you have a friend who's really good at laughing, or is more extroverted than you, like go and just hide under their wing a little bit, right? It's okay. Or if you just don't want to do the people thing at all, go sit in a public place, cafes, farmers markets, festivals, concerts, parks, where people feel alive, where activity is happening. You don't have to participate. You're just there to soak up the energy. Notice how you feel after you go and sit in a public place and look around, and it requires no effort. So again, you don't have to do more. You don't need to show up, but notice how much better you feel after being around people that feel alive. It really does lift your spirits. And it's one of the first things to go when anhedonia strikes. So it doesn't have to be a whole event, even one-on-one, or even one-on-one to count as corrective. So again, we're not doing goals. These are corrective experiences. That's the technical term for all of these. Okay. The shift in interest, joy, and motivation isn't the truth of you. It's a protection mechanism that's overstayed its welcome. So I just want to remind you guys that, again, this is just a temporary state of being. It doesn't have to be like this. You can feel more alive. Again, you can feel like yourself again. You can get excited about dreaming and setting goals or corrective experiences that come 30 seconds at a time. And there are ways, there's a pathway through this. And you're in a community of people that will be doing the same thing. So I know some of you are in Club Mäksë, some of you are in our free Facebook group. There's a lot of you guys in the comments. Find community of people that are also going through this in whatever way that looks. There's forums on Reddit. I've seen all kinds of information on the internet. There's tons of information and videos on social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. You can learn a lot more about this and kind of come up with your own plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say that, remember, the way back doesn't have to be dramatic. 30 seconds at a time, a song, letting yourself create for the sake of creating. And it's just the focus of 2% better every day until one day the volume's back up and you didn't even notice that it happened. And I can tell you 6 months into this that that's exactly what started to happen to me. And I'm not fully there, but I'm like 80% of the way there. All right. So we have some tools and resources for you guys tonight. I'm going to talk about the guide. We've got Camp Mäksë. Camp Mäksë was designed specifically for those of you who are going through this. Again, psychologically and life coach based principles on. It's a 6-week program. I'll give you a little bit of information at the end. I hope you stay because it's really great. And we've done all of the emotional labor. So you just come and you choose a path that either allows you to say yes to things in life that you want or no, and you're going to choose rest because you already say yes to everything. We've done the work for you. You just plug in, and then we're going to give you some info about club. So tonight's free guide, it's on our website. So go to MäksëLife.com. There's a freebie resources up in the top left-hand corner, and you will see it's called Coming Back to Yourself, a Guide to Feeling Alive Again. It's going to have the assessment, the 5 ways back, and a 7-day joy audit tracker for you to start noticing what's already shifting for you. You can use it for yourself. You can share it. Feel free to share it with your friends, your family, work, all that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I was going to say, you guys can also just use this QR code right above Sierra's beautiful face, and it will take you directly to this link, and you can download it. If you're watching on your computer, you can pull out your phone and scan it, and it will take you to the free download as well.
You're so good.
Oh, thanks.
So good. Yeah, and it's an immediate download. You guys can download it right now. All right, let's talk about camp because I'm really excited about this.
Y'all, who's ready to go back to camp? Okay, y'all, I'm so excited for Camp Mäksë. Y'all, camp starts next week and we have our kickoff, all the things. But Camp Mäksë is a part of our Season of Yes experience in Club Mäksë, our community membership. So I just want to share with you what you can expect in Camp Mäksë. So it is literally 2 tracks this year. Like Sierra talked about, we have Season of Yes. Now, this is for someone who's been saying no a lot. This track is all about giving you permission to feel alive again. So everything we have talked about tonight, if you're like, okay, like I got it, but you maybe need some help on like, what does this look like for me? Or maybe you just need someone to tell you, I need to go put 30 seconds in my feet in the grass. I need to do a craft night, a hobby thing. Then you know that Camp Mäksë, we have it all planned out and ready for you. So that is your Season of Yes track. Then we have our Season of No. You need someone to give you permission to say no, 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 and just pass out no's. This is our Season of No track. This is for someone who's been saying yes to everything, okay? So this track is all about giving yourself permission to say no, rest, and get your sanity back. I don't know about you, but Season of No is my season this year. So that's the track that I am really looking forward to. If you're a clubby and you're here, let me know which track you're most excited about. And so we just don't give you like community because you're gonna get that in Club Mäksë. But the one thing that makes camp special is that there's a whole bunch of events already planned out for you. So we have our playbook, which is absolutely wonderful. You get first sneak peeks of things that like of our fall launch. And so there's gonna be beans happening each week as it relates to things that are coming in the fall. Sierra, go.
Is Chrissy here? I don't even know if Chrissy knows this. You guys want to know what we're doing?
Literally,
clubbies, I don't even think clubbies know this. And I even met with the connectors and I did not share this. Beans. You guys want beans? Throw beans in the comments. We are going to give a sneak peek, just a snippet, not the full reveal of every cover that's coming in fall when you complete that week's challenge.
So y'all better be completing these challenges.
Yeah, you guys get to see covers ahead of time. I've been holding that on you. Yes, I have. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Yes. So we're looking forward to that. We have a whole summer book club. We have a craft night. We have camp bingo, badges, awards. There's even camp merch. Literally, like everything is done for you. All you got to do is show up and have some fun. Okay. And so that's everything that's included. And then we have each week it's its own thing. So we have our kickoff next week, and kickoff is just getting us excited, but that's also you planning out the things, you getting your schedule already, however you want to document your camp, all the things. And then we have campfire confessions, we have palette play. So I don't know, I'm really looking forward to that. That's like the week of coloring and different colors and all the things. And then we have lantern letters, we have camp craft. Y'all, this is also my week 5, nature nest, because we gonna make some nest baskets. And anyone who knows me knows I love a good system. And so the fact that we get to do this together makes me so happy. Okay. I feel like a kid again. I'm excited even talking about this. I don't know if y'all are feeling the energy that I'm having right now, but like literally I'm so excited for camp. Because you feel like a kid again and you're making time for things that make you feel alive. And we have a spotlight showcase, and then we're gonna end with a wonderful campfire celebration. So it's gonna be so much. And then, Sierra, do you want to share with us about Joy? Because I'm looking forward to meeting Joy and getting to do some retreats with Joy.
Absolutely. I actually think I'm going to come back. I don't like the order that I did these slides. Hold on. I'm going to share something with you, and then we're going to come back. Because I need to share what this looks like. What I want you guys to know is those cute names that we came up with. You're like, how are you going to do that? We're not at camp. It's all virtual. We are going to give you guys, I'm having so much fun with the playbook. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. And it's easy. It's so easy. There's a yes track and a no track. But each one of these things, while it might say like campfire confessions, it's amazing what we're doing, you guys. So, it's similar to, why can't I remember? I'm so sorry. This time of night, my brain just doesn't work as well as it should. Stamp guy from, when you confess your confessions to the postcard guy on the internet. He was at Go Wild.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't.
Someone in the comments tell me out.
I know who you're talking about. I see his face.
Okay. Yes. So it's all about like releasing and saying the thing that we haven't wanted to say. Right? Something that we just need to get out and move. So like, yes. And by the way, it's anonymous. You can participate or you can choose not to. We also have a no track for that and what that looks like. So each one of these, while they're fun, we also, there's substance there, and there's events, and there's big prizes, and we're going to have so much fun. And you can come and join in what you want and not in others. Like, there is no pressure, and you just get all the stuff. Plus we have like fun merch and badges and patches and all kinds of fun stuff.
Yes, it was
post secret. Yeah. Thank you guys. I love you. Okay. So here's the calendar. I'm not going to go through this fully, but here's the calendar. You notice all the fun stuff. There's a lot going on. Camp retreat. The camp retreat with Joy on Sundays. She's going to be hosting a 4-week retreat that is so totally based on somatics. You guys, she's my new friend and one of my closest friends here in Costa Rica. And she is such a gift. She is such an amazing human being. She's one of those people, like, as soon as you get around her, she feels like a warm hug. This never happens to me. The first like 30 minutes of meeting her, I was like in tears talking about something like, and then now every time we get together, our boys make fun of us about how we're always having TED Talks when we get together. She's just one of these people that you just love. Okay. So here's August. So every Sunday she's going to come 15 minutes, you guys. It's easy. We don't want to overwhelm you, but we want to give you opportunities to connect with yourself and to do those 5 senses, those 5 steps that we had, the 5 steps that we gave you tonight over the summer in really easy, simple ways. We've done the emotional labor. You do enough emotional labor. Let us do it. And this is Joy. Okay. So Joy is a vitality coach, yoga instructor, and a retreat host. She's amazing. We're going to give you a lot more information on her. Her retreat is built into camp. It's just part of it. But it's just a special, like, fun thing that we're doing. Week 1 is going to be a 1-hour reset retreat. Week 2 is going to be a 15-minute body scanning for building somatic awareness. Again, all that sense stuff. We're going to get our nervous systems on track so that we feel alive again. Week 3 is a 15-minute guided meditation. I love that word. Practice for self-trust and presence. These will all be recorded on our private podcast. You can use them at night on your own. You don't even have to experience them in club, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, we have our own app now. So all of this is on your phone. It's amazing. And then week 4, she's going to end it with a mini movement ritual. So it's not yoga, but it's like gentle movement and affirmations. And she's just beautiful, you guys. So here's the calendar. And then we're going to have a great campfire celebration. And then we also, if you're not in club, we have weekly reflections and action calls if you want accountability for that, and monthly goals calls. So we keep the goals piece in there. Yeah. And I want to talk about how to sign up for this. So go ahead, Dee. This is new. You guys, you could not get into club unless you sign up for a whole quarter. We just reintroduced the monthly option, and a lot of people, way more people than I was expecting, have been signing up for this. So if you want to do club just 1 month at a time and see if it works for you, you can do that now.
Yes. And so there's 2 different options. We have our monthly, which is $75, and you get everything included. The only thing that's not included with that monthly option is our private podcast access and our learning library access. And so if you just want to do Club Mäksë so you can be a part of Camp Mäksë, you are more than welcome to do that with our monthly option. Or if you're like, you know what, I'm all in and I just want to come and I'm looking for community, I'm really wanting to go beyond Camp Mäksë, we also have our quarterly membership, which is $199, and that repeats every 3 months. And so also you get a free planner when you do the quarterly option. So that are the 2 difference between those 2 different options.
Yes. All right. And then, yeah, join us. It's July and August. It starts next week. And you can go to clubmäksë.com and get more information on it.
Yes.
And that's a wrap. Look at you guys. Look at my time.
QR code. You can look at this QR code also. And that will also link you there too. And then in the description box, I'll put the link to Camp Mäksë, the free guide from tonight. And if you have any questions, you can also put those in the comments as well. But before we head out, I just kind of want to hear what everyone's biggest takeaway was from tonight. Sierra, first off, thank you for putting this together. This was very on time. It was just very timely. And I think it was something that we all really just needed. Is there any kind of like words of encouragement or final things that you want to share with our community as they continue to show up for themselves and move throughout this process?
Yes. Love yourselves like you would love your child or your best friend or somebody somebody outside of yourself that you love. Start giving that back to yourself. And I know that, again, this stuff sounds so simple, and it's really easy because it's so simple. It's easy to overlook it, but I cannot stress how incredibly impactful it is. I use a habit tracker. I hate habit trackers, you guys. We've talked about this so much. I use a habit tracker to gamify. I use Finch. I love Finch. Everybody in club, a lot of people in club use Finch, but you can use whatever you want. I started putting those 30-second things into my Finch, and I just check it every day, and it gamifies it. So it makes it more fun. Gives me those dopamine hits when I get angry about putting my face in the sun for 30 seconds. But find a way to make this enjoyable for yourself. This doesn't need to be work. You've done enough. Now you get to love yourself and give yourself what it is that you've been needing all along. So, and we are here to support you if you need that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we just want to say thank you for joining us tonight for our mid-year reset. We hope that we get to see some of y'all at Camp Mäksë, but if not, make sure you're subscribed to our Mäksë Life YouTube channel because we continue to give videos and we do lives every month just to continue to support our community and continue to live lives that make us feel alive. So y'all, we love y'all, and we'll catch you next time.
Love you. Bye.